大家好，大家好。唔好意思啊，我係日本人，唔識定廣東話。講廣東話好少，所以請多多指教，請多多包涵。Sorry, my Cantonese is very poor. Even English very poor. So, but also, I think now 3:45. I think you are very tired. So I like to make my presentations very funny and very interesting. はい、請多多指教。So let me start my presentations. My today's topic is very easy. What is the most important things for us to facilitate golden age business in Hong Kong? I think as you already aware today, I think you attended many lectures and speech already. I think this is very common essence subjects. So I'd like to talk about this issue. Before that, please allow me to briefly introduce myself. As I said that my name is Tampungaishi Keiji Fujimoto. And I have worked for Panasonic 35 years. And luckily I was given a chance to be many kinds of business president in the past. And then my major is management and also marketing and sales and B2B and B2C, from very tiny semiconductor and passive components, and even up to the complete big sets, like a TV and aircon and refrigerator. So my hobby, I like dogs, I like wines, tennis, 我中意香港人，廣東話，但係唔好。So let me start my presentation. This is today's agenda. One, we can find many choices about the golden age in Japan. Second, actually Hong Kong, Japan, both governments make very close relationship. Three, I think you can enjoy some very interesting, Japanese government video, concept of Japan in the future. I think you can think about if it's happened in China or if it happened in Hong Kong, how it is like. And number four, in the elderly markets, however, each segment for each age, that demands and needs also became very small. Number five, the Shunhin I'm now working for also has a lot of experience and difficulty in the past about import products from Japan. And number six, so then what we can do to solve this issue. These are today's agenda. So you can see left side below, this is the pole soccer. Pole soccer. To be honest, I didn't know this pole soccer until I was requested by Golden Age Foundation to study about this one. So I really thanks to Golden Age to give me a chance to eye openings. At the same time, since I like tennis, I have a lot of chance to go to tennis club in Japan. But I found recently, again, thanks to Golden Age, I found that many over 70 or 75 years players, even 80 years players, enjoy tennis. Surprising. Sometimes they are much better than my play. Even about the fashion, you can find a lot of fashionable clothes wear in Japan. You can have a lot of choice. And also you can purchase those online and then return it. Very convenient. Even about the foods, most of those are senior age people who have retired, then they have a lot of time, so they enjoyed weekdays, this kind of very good food, and then chat a lot with friends at the restaurant. But even those people who cannot go out, they can also enjoy this kind of soft food. They can order this, or they can purchase at a some shop, and easily, so they can enjoy. It just almost looks like almost real food. So what I mean that you have a lot of choice. Oh, surprise! Ngom hai hamsap. Ngom hai hamsapa. I think I have to hesitate to show this one, since I was requested to study about Japanese this kind of golden age market. So then when I bought some newspaper, I found this advertisement. This means, elderly gentlemen, if you can register your phone number and name, it's free of charge. You can get some call from this kind of lady. So it's amazing that Japan also maybe a little bit advanced in this area too. But some of my friends, Hong Kong friends, also advised me that, Fujimoto-san, you just don't know. We already have. So now, next one. By the way, do you know the relationship between Hong Kong and Japan is really good? So, number one export place of Japanese products, agricultural products, is Hong Kong. 13 years consecutively, surprisingly. And it's also amount, as you can see, that 130 yuan, Hong Kong dollar. It's a big amount. Then even about, as you know, the number of the tourists from Hong Kong to Japan, I think, Hoto Hong Kong yan zong yapunga. So this much, 2.2 out of total population, 7.4. So many Hong Kong people visit Japan and know it very much. In addition to that, Hong Kong government is very clever enough and then made a very positive approach to Japan government. Late last year, November 1st, Hong Kong government hosted the big meeting, Think Global, Think Hong Kong, in Tokyo. It's also gathered 3,000 Japanese people. 3,000. It was a really good meeting. And then Hong Kong government shared a lot of current Hong Kong situation or relationship with China, and also promoted a lot of things to Japanese people. And then next day, November 2nd, this is also great things. Between Carrie Lam and Mr. Kono, Japan foreign minister, they made an official joint statement signed here that they can support even private and the public for the collaboration between twos in many industries. This is a really, really great circumstance for us. So now, I think, please think about, in case of China, what you can get from this kind of concept. In case of Hong Kong, what you can get from this concept. Please enjoy this video.
Oh.
はい、楽にしてください。すぐに良くなると思いますので安心してください。
この景色に合う曲に変えて。
わかりました。
こんにちは。
Excuse me. Sorry. I'm really,
ちょっと
really.
待って。はいどうぞ。
Okay, yeah. I'm
よかっ
trying to
た
get here.
ここに行きたいのですが
but I can't read
地図が
this map.
全くわからなくて
Can you help
助
me
けて
out?
くれませんか？
あ、オッケーオッケー。
Really?
ねえ、もうすぐ準備するから。いや大丈夫
大丈
だって。
夫じゃないってば。
もうすぐ着くから
昼過ぎに着くって言ったじゃん。
分かってる。
てか今どこにいんのよ。ね
ちょっと待って。見てよ。
すごい綺麗。こうた。
ばあちゃん。
遅かったね。
ごめんごめん。いろいろあってさ。
どうしたの急に。
っていうかさ、腹減ったばあちゃん。なんか作ってよ。こっち。ほらばあちゃんも。
はいはいはいはい。
これかけて。
これを
う？ん。ばあちゃん。
はい。
何も見えないよ。
いやまだ何にも見えないよね。
変わってないね。
じゃあ行くよ。姉ちゃんカモン。
おじいちゃん、おばあちゃん元気？今
おお、なんだよ。
日は仕事で行けなくてごめんね。今日は何の日か覚えてる？
なんだけど。
じゃあバンドもカモン。
あ
せーの。金婚式おめでとう。
金婚式だ。
ああ。
おめでとう。
I hope you can enjoy this video. This really actually not like IT, explanations. By this kind of technology, it also can connect from younger generation to golden age people seamlessly. So then, we can take advantage of Japan case as a reference. So as you know already, many people already explained about left side. Hong Kong #1, Japan is #2 in the world as long life expectancy. And then, as you can see here, Hong Kong is getting closer to Japan very quickly. Then, please look at right side. Hong Kong can take advantage of this in Japan's case because Japan in this area advanced a lot. From 50 years ago, they already started having this kind of problem and experiences, so we can take advantage of this kind of things for Hong Kong. So if we can utilize Japan's such knowledge and experience and then modify it to China and Hong Kong way, we can save a lot of time and money, isn't it? And also Hong Kong, but we really need to think about that. In Hong Kong, golden age, many different kinds of demands in each age group segment, as you can see here. Hong Kong seems very small, but if you go into the detail by age group, it is much more smaller. Then, Japan, importing goods from Japan to Hong Kong market, actually it's not so easy. It's not so easy. Why? Please let me share with you about Shunhin case very briefly. This is Shunhin. Shunhin is a sole Panasonic distributor in Hong Kong and Macau. Why to such small market in Hong Kong, Shuhin can ask Panasonic to develop this kind of a Hong Kong spec rice cooker? Yes, there is a reason. Because it has a very special relationship with Panasonic. And over 65 years, and Panasonic also celebrate 100 years this year. And then left side, Mr. William Mon, Shuhin's founder. And then next one, Mr. Konosuke Matsushita, founder of Panasonic. And then even still now, this good, strong relationship between two, still continue over 65 years. And now, current generation, Mr. David Mon and Mr. Tsuga, president of Panasonic. So by this one, Shuhin always try to provide trust and reliability to the business partners. This is a very important point. Japanese, in some sense, of course, very advanced, but do not know about outside of Japan so much. So this is a way you can get what you like from Japan. And also, Shuhin has a lot of big sales platform, trustworthy, reliable Shuhin's CSR platform. And Shuhin has a lot of different companies too. And also through the donations of this much, so try to return the benefit to society. So by doing this again, Shuhin tried to keep the good relations, give some guarantee to the business partner. This is another important point. So then what is the difficult things? This is a kind of case, time is limited. Please allow me to talk about only this right side, Lishone plus robotic bed case. So you can see how does it work. Left side of the video, here. So bed can be split into two parts, and then one half can be transformed to wheelchair by itself. So no need 2 people, 3 people assistance. Then, but however, we encounter these problems. Voltage, yes, different. Hong Kong 220, Japan is 110, Hong Kong 220. And also user manual, Japanese, or need to change to Chinese and English. And also localization, some requirement happens. But the most difficult things, I think I really like to share with you the most difficult things like this number 2, mattress. In Japan, when we supply this kind of bed together with mattress, this kind of very strict, test is not required actually. But in Hong Kong, British standards 7177 is required, like this test you can see on the video. The reason why I heard that in the past in Hong Kong there was a tragedy and many people died because of the fire. Then since then, Hong Kong government also decided to apply for this British standard very strictly. I think it makes sense. However, for this one, Panasonic also needed to spend almost 1 year because mattress is not so easy. It spent a lot of time to avoid the friction on the backside for the people. So they really need to study and develop from the beginning. So therefore, it takes 1 year. So what do we do to solve this problem? What we can do here? So from business viewpoint, again, repeatedly as I explained to you, Hong Kong market seems very small. So even in my experience, and also not only myself, many CEOs of the companies always have the pressure from the shareholder or their boss, please make sales and make profit more and more and more. Then automatically needed to think about which one is the best in terms of return of investment. They are also looking at the China big market here. So which one is better? To develop the one products like this one, it's also need the same resources. So then, also in case of Japan market, they don't know about, I'm sorry that they don't know about current Hong Kong so much. They only know about good Chinese food and Jackie Chan and etc., etc. So automatically, most of Japanese companies are obliged to put the low priority on Hong Kong market. But there is a good idea. I have 3 proposals to solve this issue. Number 1, explain more about Hong Kong or China, like think global, think Hong Kong. And second, appeal more about potential of Greater Bay Area. And third, this is also one of the most important things, together with other speakers and points, we need to work on easing the regulation of the spec of the products in Greater Bay Area. Then, once they, okay, let's go more. This is number 1. Small is not always bad. It can be good for the test market. And rich, Hong Kong is very rich, government and many donators. And also for Japan, this is best circumstances for Japanese, but they don't know. So as many people said already, I think you know more than me actually. So this is a really great chance. But even still now, when I talk about Greater Bay Area populations, 67 million, it's almost half of Japan. They are very surprised. Oh, Greater Bay Area is such a big market. But how we can utilize, again, this asset for us? Yes, we really need to work on this. As you know, late of last year, bridge from Hong Kong, Macau started, and also high-speed railway connected. This means Greater Bay Area become one big economic zone. Connections, so it connects places, in many places, and also it's connect people, then people can move around, and then it's also connect things. So how we can solve this issue? I hope that Hong Kong government and Japanese government and also China government, they need, I hope that they can talk a lot, and then how they can solve the issue. Also, Hong Kong has a lot of capable organizations like a Science Park and LSGM and others. I think definitely with the knowledge of them, we can find out some solution to ease of this spec. So lastly, so thank you very much, attending today's my sessions. I really appreciate that, but my idea is very limited, my own perspective. Also, but I believe that if we can create and share different point of view cross-functionally like today's, definitely I think we can change the world. Again, thank you very much, Golden Foundations. I hope Hong Kong can show the strong leadership continuously for the people, a golden age. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, friends. Well, after Mr. Fujimoto's such an impressive and interesting presentation, it really gave me a big challenge. So before I start the sharing, maybe I say a few words about my company, because I think the local friends will know about New World Development, but maybe some of our overseas friends, you may not have much knowledge of this company. New World Development is actually the core service of New World Development is property development. And then we also have retail business. We have hotel and also hotel, and we also have public utilities, etc. But in 3 years ago, our company had started to launch aging business. So why many people have already asked me why the New World company would have the interest in developing aging service. So it must be because this silver market can have a good potential for earning money. And also the second reason is because the new direction of our New World company is building a new ecosystem, which include not only aging services, but we also start to develop kids service like Baby Kingdom, and we also have children education like kindergarten and etc. And also a green industry. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you, yes, and the main target customers of our aging business is the baby boomers generation. As you all know, I think the baby boomers generation occupied a major percentage of the population, I think not just in Hong Kong, but also globally. So these markets really had a very big consumption power. And for the definition of baby boomers, I think most of you will know, they refer to those that are born between 1945 and 1969. So some of them have already entered into the old age, not really old, but over 65. So we cannot use the old to describe people over 65. And many are coming, many are going to enter this aging population. And then for this group of generation, I think if we use the conventional elderly service to serve them, don't think they will be satisfied, don't think we can meet their needs. So we need what we call O2O, online to offline. Online, Mr. Fujimoto have already tell us many about the robotic things, the IoT, the high technology, etc. And for the offline is because aging service is still a man serving is we are serving people, so we still need soft skills. We still need professional services in different areas like medical, like nursing, rehabilitation, etc. So this is, I think every one of you know about in 20 years later. 1 in 4 will be over 65. And then mainly the reason is due to a higher life expectancy. We got our medical, is it too good? I don't know, but the life expectancy is getting higher and higher, but at the same time, no fertility rate. So we got the baby boomers entering into the old age. And what are the characteristics? Firstly, normally they receive higher education, so they got more knowledge about health, consciousness, and they earn more money, so they got higher affordability. They are more willing to spend money to pursue high quality of life, and they have high expectations on service standard. And they also are more tech savvy. You get used to using digital solutions, digital devices, and they normally got smaller household size because many young couples they don't want to bear responsibilities, or maybe they are clever, right? So they don't want to have children. And then even those that have won't be too many, usually just 1 or 2. And then many of the children are sent abroad to receive higher education. So normally the children, after they go abroad to study, they may stay behind for work and have their own families there, and then won't come back to their parents in Hong Kong. And so that means many baby boomers, when they enter into the old age, they may be living alone or with their elderly couple in Hong Kong, and their children may be far away from them. So what the needs will become that they are more health conscious, so they may need more preventive health care and also wellness services. They like digital solutions in daily living, and then they may look for high-end senior living and aging services. So this is the silver market when it will reach its peak. And then the consumption power. We can see in 20 years, there are more than double the money that they are going to spend in the silver market. And then, when we refer to this group of people, we are not just providing service after they enter the age of 65 or when they have imminent services in care. They are more health conscious and they have better planning in their own for their own self. So even before age 65, they are already looking for some services so that they can have a more comfortable old age. But then, so what we call, they will more concerned about the preventive health care, and many of them will have this, what we call, they are in a suboptimal health status. That means they are not sick. They may not yet have chronic diseases, but they are on the verge of having chronic diseases, and we cannot say they are healthy. So what are the opportunities? The first one is that there will be higher demand for preventive health care and wellness services. We can see there is a worsening trend of chronic diseases and also growing costs for treatment. So this group of people, they will start to look for more high quality and more new or advanced type of preventive health care. And that's one of the reasons why we can see nowadays we got many different kinds of gyms and wellness centers, spa, etc. And then people like to do many kinds of different health screening, health checkup. All these are very popular among nowadays. But then, being in the business, how you can be distinguished and how you can earn more money than the others. I think that apart from, of course, you need to be, as I said, the soft skills, you need to be really got a good, high professionalism in your service. But at the same time, you need the online. We need the O. And the first O is that your service, you need to have some more high technology stuff in your service. So, for example, one of these, Handy Rehab, this is one of the equipment that we have in our rehab and wellness centers for the stroke rehabilitation. And this is actually developed by a local startup. And Sanusaki, they got a booth here today, so you can go and have a look. And it's because for this generation, they will look for services that can give them, that will have a higher cost effectiveness and high cost efficiency. And then also, as I just said, people will look for more advanced health screening. This is ARIA, automatic retinal image analysis, developed by the Dr. C of CU Hong Kong, which also we are also providing this screening in our center. This one got a high accuracy of 90% and is non-intrusive to test the risk in dementia, and stroke. And I just talked with Ryan Billen, right? And then you saw I got a ring here. This is not a new black ring. This is actually a ring that can test apnea. So this is also something that's non-intrusive and very simple. And you don't need to go into the hospital to save one night. So all this health screening, which is non-intrusive, we need to think more and need to invent more in order to get yourself distinguished. And then we also need more fun elements in all the treatment and the therapy. So this is one of the the therapy system in our center that got VR game, many VR games to add more fun to the therapy. And then the second opportunity is that the government is promoting the aging in place. So, and everybody knows that the residential places are always not enough, so can hardly be enough. So I think we need to move to more to the focus, need to move more to the home-based services. But for the home-based services, apart from providing conventional services, which means the offline services that we provide, personal care worker, we provide nurses and PT, OT to the home, we need to back up the whole service with some online service, what we call a e-health platform. So we are building a e-health apps for the caregivers and for the family members and also for the our care platform. And then the clients may do their vital signs measurement at home, and then the data will go to the cloud and then go to the portal. And then at their home, we will build a smart care home system that we install different kinds of sensors, fall detectors, movement, mobility monitoring system, etc. And then they will keep the data and then do analysis for the caregivers to take note of the conditions of the elderly. And also when there are any abnormal condition or abnormal situation, it can send alert to either the care management platform or to their family members. And then we provide kind of care manager service that we will provide when we notice there is some abnormal situation about the elderly, then we can send someone home or we can refer the elderly, help to arrange different kinds of services to their home. And then as everybody know, we got high demand for the residential care service. So, but apart from that, actually, because now many elderly, of course, they prefer to stay at home. And for the middle and upper class people, they got their home, if they hire a maid, and then normally their home should be able to accommodate an elderly to stay at home and to take care of them. But we still, for example, after the elderly, they got the surgery or they hospitalized for a while, when they come home, their health condition not yet back to the normal condition. They may need particular attention to take care of them. So I think for the coming years, for the residential care, we should provide more short stay or respite care service. And then apart from that, for residential care service, we also need more online services like IoT and electronic system, like e-health monitoring or e-drug management. And then like the homes in our company, we are also developing apps for better communication with the family members. Okay, so that's time's up. And just want to say, so under our company, we up to now, we have established a brand called Humansa. So Humansa is a brand for our aging service. And so this is what we hope to do, that we hope we can center around the well-being of every individuals throughout their aging process. Okay, thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It will be even tougher for the last presenter. So I hope I will hold you for the coming 15-20 minutes talk, and hope you can share with my presentation today and the content which I want to share with you. And before I start, let me introduce my company, Nestle. I hope most of you heard about Nestle, in Chinese, 雀巢. So this is over 150 years history food company #1 established in Switzerland, starting in the 1866. So talking about over 150 years history. And we are the leading nutrition, health, and wellness company who's offer a wide range of food choice and service to the all range of the consumer, and also serve all eating occasions. So from infant to senior, from morning to evening. So our products will have a chance to serve anyone of occasion and anyone of the group of people. So let's start. So today, I'm going to share with you how Nestle see this golden age market, and what's our strategy and what's service we serve this group of people. So how about before I start, let me show you a video first to warm up.
Hong Kong ranks second in the aging population in Asia. Age 65 plus will reach 26% in year 2031. Well-being for the Hong Kong elderly becomes a public concern. Carnation is a brand not just to provide biological health solution, but also to show genuine care for elderly. We have a strong belief to go beyond to take care of their wellness in all aspects. Ben's Intern is a corporate social responsibility project stemming from Carnation's 2018 thematic campaign, We Care Partling. We care our good lifers in different aspects: health and wellness, mental health, value for money, acceptance, and social needs. We are activation and communication. The essence of We Care Partling is proud of your age, enjoy life, and stay positive. We provided 3 senior internship openings and tailor shorter working hours and days and benefits. Through open recruitment, career seminar, and massive media work, this story helped arouse public awareness of senior employment and spread positive energy to the public. To go further, Miss Nancy Sid is appointed as Carnation Ambassador and invited to be an on-site one-day intern in the Hong Kong Society for the Aged. Our highlighted event, Good Lifers Vitality Life Carnival, cum intern appointment ceremony was held to motivate the elderly to have vitality life. We encourage our Good Lifers to embrace their second life and actively take part in the community. Carnation Good Lifers Clubs tap into the brand's own CRM resources and reach out to the target community. We integrate the whole campaign with upgraded low GI formula as a total solution on glucose management to fit elderly health needs, together with packaging revamp, clear and clean, and endorser to encourage for positive life. Results are very encouraging. We achieved the highest local market share, highest loyalty rate since December 2014, and be the market leader. With extensive reach to our target community through ambassador campaign in Elderly Center, tailor-made Partling Talk newspaper column, and strong membership base in Carnation Good Lifers Club, and unexpected positive feedback from our Ben's Intern project. 147 clippings were recorded, generating 20 million media value. Carnation is collaborating well with NGOs as partners to provide monthly activities for free. Ben's Intern, sustaining development, not just for Nestle, but also for public benefits. It is not just a sense of fulfillment and recognitions, but also a connection and experience sharing with young generation. It also achieves the purpose of the elderly serving the elderly. With Next, they have their own newspaper column to share their experience to public.
Okay, so the video more or less just summarized what I'm going to share with you today. Oops. So a lot of research show that the aging population is around the world, especially in the all developed countries. So you can see that I think our previous 2 speakers already shared with you from now on to 2013, so almost 1/3 of the population in Hong Kong is aged over 60. And the life expectancy is talking about 84 years old. And you can see that the trend, they're more concerned of their health, and they will look at the way to stay healthy, stay fit. This is a trend. And you can see from some research that show diabetes is what they're concerned, the increasing concern, how they control, how they regulate their blood glucose level. And also arthritis, and also osteoporosis, and all are the health problem they concern, and then they seek for advice, and they seek for a prevention remedy. So then what they're looking for? They start looking for more healthy food, like low sugar, like more cereal, more fiber, and they will look at more nutrition supplement. So this is what they are looking for. And besides health concern, a lot of people now today, especially for those retired people, they're concerned about their financial situation. Once they retire from their work, and then they got no income, and then they will feel a bit lost, and also they will found that they are losing their identity, they're losing their personal value in the society. This is what they concern today. And you see also the very low unemployment rate today. So, but a lot of people, they are reaching age 60, and they have to retire by law. And so a lot of them, they don't want to retire because they still think they're young, but actually they're not old. And they believe that they have their strength and ability to work. So I think this just not a health issue, it's also some social and also cultural issue happen because of this aging population. So what we can help? Carnation. I hope also most of them you heard about the brand Carnation. Carnation is a brand, we can say we focus on the senior nutrition expertise. So we develop and invent a lot of product which specialize in the specific health function or to answer the health needs by different group of requirement for senior consumers. So we have, we have for heart health, we have for bone, joint, we have for controlling or regulating the cholesterol level. So this is all, we specialize in different functions to help our senior consumer to protect or prevent some of the issues they concern or some of the issues they already have. Besides product, what we are doing is we understand what senior citizen, what senior consumer needs today is we want to help them to promote their living vitality and active living, and also to encourage them to go out, to stay healthy, and then to stay healthy living and have a social life. And this is one of the mission we want to help our senior population, our senior citizens to cope with and to fight back the fear they have after their retirement. So that's why we have our loyalty program, and also we just kickstart, we employ the entire retirees to back to the work field. Okay, let me show you another video, please. think this one repeat. Sorry, just stop. I think this part we just show previously, but okay. So that's okay. Thank you. Okay, so let me start from our products. So our product innovation is very important to answer today's senior citizen, senior consumer needs. So let me share with you the journey, what we've been doing in the past. In the past, we focused on the different function, different needs, health needs to our consumer. But having, as far as the diabetes and the blood glucose is concerned, so which I shared with you before. And last year, we formulate the whole range. We formulate the formula as in the low GI. Low GI means the low glycemic index, which is very beneficial to those diabetes patient and or they are concerned about their blood glucose issue. And with that, we launched a 360 marketing campaign from the product introduction, education, and also the social media, how we educate your healthy diet, and also how you use our product. And on top of that, we also encourage the seniors consumers to live actively, to stay vitality. So this is our mission. So products. So let me also introduce our products. Under the low GI platform, so means that our whole range of milk powder is our low GI. And each item, we have a different function, like protect your heart with the omega. And we have a glucosamine to protect your joint and to keep you mobility. And we have phytosteroid, which also helping to reduce your cholesterol level. And also, last but not least, and calcium. Calcium is very popular to maintain your bone health. And also, because our senior consumer it will take time for them to understand the concept and to accept the information. So we invite Nancy Sigayin, who is a very popular drama actor and actress who appeal to senior fans. So last year we invite her to do as a brand ambassador, to communicate our product benefits and also our concept and also our mission to all our senior consumer. And we get a very, very good feedback. A lot of them, you see the chat, You see the chat here. In terms of awareness, in terms of consideration, in terms of what they purchased and the purchase frequency, all grow up by 5 points. So we believe that this is one of the successful campaign we have done, and to deliver the result we want to have as a first stage. As I said, just meeting the physical need is not enough today for our seniors consumer. We create this loyalty club program for our senior consumer. So it the concept is every month we will arrange activity for our members. So like like travel, like doing exercise, like a cooking class, like some education seminar, different kind of activity or program to encourage them to go out of home, to stay with their friends, or go join the crowd, and to learn something new, to do some exercise, to move their bodies. So this is the concept we want to promote and we want to encourage. Besides our loyalty program, we also have lots of joint program with NGOs, with a commercial partner to offer some, let's say, the benefits or some privilege to our senior consumers. Because, as I said, a lot of them, they feel they are losing their role, they're losing their value, they think, and then they're scared to go out, and then they're scared to spend. So that's why we offer a lot of different kind of, say, a gift or encouragement, or to motivate them to go out and to, like, for shopping, like for doing exercise, like for enjoying life outside home. This is one of also very exciting program kicked off by us last year. This is we call Senior Retirees Internship Program. Okay, what is it? Last year we hired 3 retirees back to the work field to work with us in Nestle, and the feedback was very, very good. And these 3, and these 2 gentlemen and these ladies are the retirees employees. So they have a different role and different responsibility. I'll share with you. Okay. Because of this program, we gained a lot of support from media, from the public. Because a lot of them, they very believe our program, and they very support what we're doing as a multinational company, as a leader, to demonstrate what we have to do to the society. And we just want to share our social responsibility, want to create value for this senior citizen or senior people. Okay, so let me introduce these 3 very remarkable retirees as our employees. So the first one is Jimmy. So actually, he's retired from a senior management in insurance company. So now one of his role is he's writing an editorial on the newspaper, and then to explain about the insurance policy or insurance something tips for the senior citizens. And the middle one, this lady called Irene. Irene is a very cheerful and healthy lady. She's just like as our health ambassador. And every month, and she will go out every week to different NGOs, different elderly centers to demonstrate the exercise, very simple exercise, but very, very useful. And also to talk with them, to cheer them up, and to engage them and keep them the social life active. And last one, this one's called Mr. Kwok. Mr. Kwok actually is a retired school principal. And he's very love traveling. He traveled a lot of places in the world, and he's got a very rich traveling experience and a lot of story to share. So what he's doing is he also writing an editorial on our press, and then to share his traveling experience and encourage the senior to go out. And traveling, that doesn't mean needs to be very expensive. Not necessarily go overseas, go to other country. You can just go outside for hiking, go outside for a walk. So this is also very inexpensive and but good for health and good for life. So this is what we have done in the past years. And up and coming, I share with you that as we always say, the aging population. And today we are 30, 40 years old. 10 years after, we will become the golden age or silver age. Okay. So and then we also think about for the future. in terms of product format. Because today, a lot of us, so which is a little bit younger, and we look for convenience. So I'm sure a lot of you here, or your audience here, you don't use too much milk powder, or you think this is a quite inconvenient way to serve a beverage. So to cope with this trend and also the needs, we are thinking about for more convenient format. You don't need to mix yourself. You already mix it or prescribe it already. And also in terms of ingredient, we are looking for more like a fruits, superfood, and also those ingredients to cater for more future needs of senior consumers. So this is what we are going to do for future. So again, our mission is to enhance the quality of life and also contribute to a more healthier future for seniors consumer and for all consumers. So thank you very much. I hope you have a good food, good life. Thank you.
So thank you so much for the three very honored guests today. So actually, I have to confess that I have no background on economic, finance, or business or management. I'm a scholar, researcher, and I study aging for over 20 years of time. So my question could be a little bit destructive, maybe, because this forum is named under the golden age economy, and we briefly understand that golden age economy, or equivalently, we call it silver market, senior market, refers to a market sector that targets people aged over 50. And I just share with you one of the number today, and I think it's upon January 2019, we have 4123. That means we have 41.23% of population in Hong Kong has already reached 50 years or above. So we are talking about a very huge segment in Hong Kong society. When three of the honored guests shared their very best practices, good strategies, I just want to invite each one of you to share the lessons you learn. If any audience here sitting there want to enter into this segment, want to target those who are age 50 or above, what are the things that they are not desired to do or definitely not doing? What are the things, the lessons you learn along all the years of your businesses to engage this group of people? The question is, what are the things that you will not advise people to do if they want to enter into this silver market or golden economy?
Okay. So let me share first. So your question is not recommend if they want to go to the golden age market, right?
Yes, that's
okay. So I think I cannot say recommend not to do, but rather I'll say what should do. Okay. So what should do is we have to understand this group of people, what they need, and what their future needs and potential needs. I think this is the one that we have to be aware of, because if we don't have enough information, and then we just believe on our own belief, then a lot of time we understand that it's a mismatch. So the mismatch, we also learned from our lesson before. Like just I mentioned, some product actually is not preferred by this group of consumer. And also, actually, the behavior, they're not using this product in this way. So this kind of thing. So I think we have to take precaution. So otherwise, once you launch a product or you launch a service, you cannot satisfy what they need. So this is what I recommend.
I think I would say it's for the silver markets. You can never earn easy money, and because as people get older, they get wiser. So don't do anything that's impractical, that's not value for money, that the cost efficiency or cost effectiveness is low. Gimmick stuff, I think you won't be able to get money from the elderly population.
Since I think, I have two notions since I know Japan side and also now living in Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong, golden age, also silver age people, very active. I found many people even go out with wheelchair. So I really recommend them to use more different idea, like, even you need to use a wheelchair. If they can get more knowledge about how to use, or if they can get more knowledge about how, what kind of more, technique they can use related with education, actually, educations. I think they can enjoy more life, then they can, have a good time. So don't stay in their own home and then open their eye and then proactive. That's my recommendation also.
Yeah, I really appreciate the sharing on the full recognition of the wisdom of our golden age population, which I believe is the most important things. Even though they're affordable, they have choice. So it is not a must for them to spend money on your products or to buy your services. So we really have to tackle their own needs and also to empower them to embrace their full life with high quality independency. And then my next question is for our guests of honors, is on the observation of intergenerational distancing. I mean, there are a lot of products in the market that seems to be more gelled to targeting young people. Do you agree with that? Or if not, how we can actually shorten the distance between generations rather than we say, okay, this product would target young people, this product would target golden age people. Should we do that, or should we do a segmented market, or we do a united market in terms of that?
But first of all, I think to share more information, what kind of choice they can find in the market. Then I think we should not decide or make a segment that you stay in this age group like 50 to 59, or this is the only product for this age. I think we don't have to do that. Or rather than that, if we can create more chance for them, they can choose more variety of choice. So then I think automatically, even manufacturer or brand maker also do not care about, and then depend on the sales amount, they can also increase more choice and the products too.
For me, because we are marketing food products, so sometimes in terms of the segmentation, we do have our theory. So like for the some of the foods will prefer by the more younger consumer. Some will be more senior or the consumers. So again, this is in a way, this is because their behavior, some or their diet habit. So I agree that there's no clear-cut line, but we still segment them by sector, a little bit defined in the sector. So like something like for more young and something for adults, and adults quite blur with senior golden age consumer. So I think the line is not so clear, but the segmentation we still have to define for us as a marketer to communicate to our target consumer and with the focus. Otherwise, for food, I think particularly for some functional food, cannot one fit all. So, so this is my comment.
Okay, I think I not totally agree with what you just said, because I think it's a matter of whether you can get the pain point, the real pain point of the customers. Because now what we're talking about, not just that spending money on their parents, but also spending money on themselves. Because if you can get the pain point is that something that they are most worried or they are most anxious for. For example, the people now, they as I just said, they are more health conscious. So if you can provide some services or products that they really believe that can enhance their health, can will let them have a better life at their old age, I think they will still be willing to spend money on it. Yeah, just that whether you can convince them or not. And but it is a fact. I do agree that, as I just said, people getting older, they have become wiser. So it's not easy to convince them. But for parents, for young parents, it's much easier to convince them to spend money on the children. Just that because they are sometimes, because of peer influence, because of norms that or that they got hopes and on the children. So maybe sometimes they will be blinded by different kinds of advertisement or unrealistic expectations.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for the sharing. I think now I will open the floor to see, is there any questions from the floor on this topic? Anybody who have any questions, sharing, feedback? Yeah?
Thank you, speakers, for the very informative sharing and discussion. I'd like to ask Mr. Fujimoto, because you mentioned about the position of Hong Kong. Hong Kong could be a gateway for Japanese to enter into the Bay Area in China. And then Hong Kong, we could set up something like a hub to work together. So can you elaborate more how we could work together in this way? Because we see that, of course, the Bay Area is a huge area for Asian innovation. And then the Japanese companies, they've got the experience, they got the products, they got the technology. And then Hong Kong, even though it's a small market, a small place, but we do have international exposure and we have connections with China. So how could Hong Kong position itself? And then can you advise how we could develop the Greater Bay market together with Japanese parties?
Thank you, Rebecca. But actually, I'm not in a position to give an advice. But however, as I said, even I was given a chance to explain about exactly that point in last November 1st in Tokyo. So Hong Kong is very much advanced and a very global city. And then many people can speak not only Cantonese, English, and even Putonghua. And even some of those speak Japanese. And then one of the great things for Japanese company, for example, I think Hong Kong is pro-Japan, and Hong Kong understands Western culture, Japanese culture, and even Chinese culture. So for Japanese people, it's really great things to be a business partner with Hong Kong. Usually, I think in my limited experience, to do business with China, I was not doing well, but in Hong Kong, most of the people understand Japanese culture and very similar. That's the reason why I think Hong Kong can show greater leadership nowadays especially, between, in relationship between U.S.-China trade war, I think Hong Kong has more advantage to get, since many foreign countries would like to do business with Hong Kong. So you can really show the greater leadership to, guide that kind of collaboration in Hong Kong first. For example, you have, as I said, Science Park, and also you have an LHM. You have a lot of different, non-NGO and those, organizations. They are very capable in sitting in big ecosystem. They can also reach to Xinjiang. They can also reach to, Guangzhou for cheaper manufacturing. So if Hong Kong can communicate and then gather those wisdom in Hong Kong, and even kindly guide Japanese manufacturer to come and then experience some of the good experience, and then let them make some nice start like Xinjiang. I think definitely, they are more comfortable. So I think Hong Kong really can show the great leadership in that way. So my proposal, if we can make some collaboration, some joint R&D or such kind of type of activities together in Hong Kong side, in Japan side, in both, and then they can also discuss. We can develop very good suitable products starting from Hong Kong, starting from Japan. I think both side government also can export that type of the solution in the world, especially in the Asia. North Europe side, Denmark and Germany are also very advanced, but lifestyle may be a little different. We are living in the same situations, a little bit smaller houses, and then very same culture, using the same chopsticks. So I think Hong Kong can show good leadership in that way. Did I explain to you well?
Do you have any views to share with other countries? You have international businesses.
Okay. So let me share some experience from my side about the Greater Bay Area. I think Hong Kong can serve really the international hub from outside and into the China. But actually, compare like 10, 20 years ago, the role may be diminishing a little bit because of with the very rapid development in Shanghai and also Beijing. So they also playing very internationally. But I think in terms of like regulations, like people, infrastructure, so I think Hong Kong still can play a very important role as a hub to entering the Greater Bay Area, and especially Greater Bay Area citizens are more prefer Hong Kong, the original from Hong Kong, because of the quality and the trust. So this is, I think, Hong Kong can play a role on this aspect.
Just to supplement that, I think in Greater Bay Area, the hardware development is now is much faster than Hong Kong, I would say. For the hardware and for the like the intellect, the system, I'm quite eye-opened that they are even more advanced than in Hong Kong. So what Hong Kong can contribute to the Asian market in Greater Bay is our soft skills, is our professionalism. I think this is what we can make the aging service in Greater Bay Area to enhance the service standard.
Any other questions from the floor? Yeah, we have that question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. And especially, I also learned a lot from three of you. And as three of you, the guest speakers are also from the famous and big companies in from the worldwide perspective. And I just wonder, in Hong Kong, we are having a culture of startup. A lot of teenagers, young girls are willing to do the startup or engaging into the creating something for the aging industry. So as a big company in Hong Kong or in the world, have you ever think of any things, any ways that you can also encourage or contribute or give some tips for our teenagers to engage in this startup ecosystem? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. I think our company has already starting to do so. We have a brand called Eureka Nova, which is nurturing and encouraging young entrepreneurship and new startups, not just in aging businesses, but in all kind of innovation. Yeah, because our boss, Adrian, is a very innovative and creative person, and I think new inventions and innovation is what we're looking for. This is geared towards our direction of our company.
Our company also very encouraging the startup and also for something for young people to invent the products or service. And for example, in China, our team already start the incubator. Incubator means that we finance money to some potential product who's produced by a startup company. And so our company also start doing this and through different way, but not for Hong Kong, because Hong Kong a bit small market. So my recommendation if they're talking about the young people, young men in Hong Kong, or young ladies in Hong Kong, open up their mind and embrace China and just hang there and believe themselves, but just don't look at a small place. Look at the bigger area.
I think that's a very good question. Recently, I received such kind of many inquiries, and then many startup companies also visit me. Even last week, I also had a chance to talk about that issue. The point is that the new startup company people, they are very clever. However, sometimes they always look at the level of technology. But they are, excuse me. So sometimes they don't know, but they do not try to think about the real value of their products, not in terms of technology, advanced or not, but when they apply technology, how much they can help hospital to save the labor shortage problem with the data. If they can really make more effort to show the value, but also that means, in terms of the money, they can also calculate. Then I think many also, shareholder or people may like to invest the money. So in order to position their own value in the market, it is very important to measure their value not by the technology level, in terms of the contribution to the people and society.
Okay, so in regard with time, I think we will close the open questioning. I myself, even though I'm moderating and facilitating discussion, I learned a lot. I will conclude this session by a few learning today. One of the things I learned, I think golden economy is actually an opportunity. So if we look at this as an opportunity, I think as a Hong Kong, as a unity, and a sector, as a coalition, and also individuals, I strongly recommend and empower, I would like to advocate each individual consumers would tell the business sectors, what do you want? What are your desires? What are your values? So that the sector, I think, can develop more suitable and matching services and products for you. And the second point I would like to share is that I think the whole market sector really has to pay an attention on the inequality issues. I think everything nowadays, when we talk about aging, is about diversity. When we have diversity, we do have to pay attention to the inequality. That means how we can, on one hand, to serve those people who are affordable, who are very active, who are more willing to engage in the sector and spend money on services and products. But on the other hand, how we can actually consider the needs of those who are less affordable and less active, isolated, or who will not be able to easily access to the market. So I would advocate that each one of us in this room would consider the balance between the business and the equality and also the diversity in Hong Kong and also all over the world in this golden economy. Thank you all very much. Please join me to thank all the speakers today and wish you have a very good day and also today and tomorrow. Thank you.